Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial. This is the Dreamy Mandala pattern by Rika of Rika Life. So I wanted to share this design with you today. I created and designed this mandala on my own, and today I decided to make a video tutorial for it. So the full video tutorial is available here on this link that you're watching today on YouTube. And there's a full written pattern available on Ravelry as well. Until the end of February, there is a coupon code, Mandala. If you put that into Ravelry, you'll receive $1 off the cost of the pattern. So I'm going to show you, this is the Dreamy Mandala that I made with Karen Simply Soft in Blackberry. This is all in one color. It is suitable for an adventurous beginner. Definitely take your time making this pattern. It can be made with any sport weight, DK, or worsted weight. So a weight 3 or weight 4 would be perfect for this. I'm going to show you one other variation of the same mandala that I made, and that is I made it with some color changes. So there's lots of possibilities. When making mandalas, you can change colors as often as you'd like, and as you can see, some of those design elements really do pop when you change the colors. But for the purposes of today's tutorial, I will be using a single solid color, and the color that we'll be using today is Watermelon by Karen Simply Soft. So Karen Simply Soft is 315 yards or 288 meters. It's a 6-ounce, 170-gram ball. It is 100% acrylic, a medium number 4, and it recommends an H or 5mm hook. This is machine washable and dryable, and I've made many of my large mandalas with this yarn. So that is the yarn that we'll be using today. I would say it's a light worsted weight yarn. It is thicker than a 3 weight, but I would say it's on the lighter side of a worsted weight yarn. So that's the yarn that I'll be using for today's tutorial. And aside from the yarn, you will need, I'm using an H 5mm hook. I will be using scissors and a needle to weave in the ends. And I'm also going to be using a stitch marker just to keep track of the beginning and end of my rounds. So those are the things that we'll be using today, and let's get started. Okay, so before we begin, I just wanted to mention a few other things. I am using an H 5mm hook for this, and when using that, this pattern measures 13 inches or 33 centimeters. From point to point. The gauge is not important for this pattern because it is a mandala. So feel free to use any size hook you'd like as long as it feels comfortable to you. And as long as you can see that it's laying flat. I just wanted to mention some of the stitches that are being used for this. So this is beginner friendly with a few new stitches. Everything is explained in the written pattern. We'll be using chains, chain spaces, double crochets, half double crochets, a magic ring to start, single crochets, skip stitches, slip stitches, and then we have some special stitches. We have a double crochet 3 together, we have a picot, we have a V-stitch, and then we have a 5 double crochet shell and a 7 double crochet shell. So those are some of the design elements that will be used in this mandala. And I just wanted to mention those before getting started. Also, in the pattern, I have referenced a yarn by Hirschner's in the written pattern, but you're welcome to use any yarn that you see fit. And as I mentioned before, you can definitely do some color changes to be able to see some of these design elements better. So we're gonna get started now. Okay, so rounds 1 through 6 are creating this center portion here. And so these are single crochets, and we'll be doing increases to create this center portion. So we're going to get started with that. Round one is to make a magic ring. So I'm just going to make a magic ring how I usually do. You are welcome to use, I'm sorry, let me just finish this. Okay, so if you don't want to create a magic ring, what you can do is you can chain 4 and then slip stitch into the very first chain, and that will also create a circle for you. So now that we've created our magic ring, we are going to make 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and I'm going to pull that close. What I'm going to do now for round 2 is to, I'm going to join, then I will chain 1 and we will be increasing. So I'm going to place my stitch marker in the last stitch of the round. This is not necessary, but this is just makes things easier for me. And we're going to join into the first stitch of the round, which is the first single crochet. We're just going to join, and then we're going to chain 1. Round 2 is to chain 1 and 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So we're going to create 2 single crochets in every stitch. This yarn is wonderful to work with. Caron Simply Soft is one of my all-time favorite yarns. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend it. I know some people do find that it splits, but I use my Susan Bates hooks and I find that it works like a dream. As I mentioned, all of my large mandalas and all of my large mandalas that become into blankets and throws are made with Caron Simply Soft. So I can't recommend this yarn enough. I just bought a whole bunch of it when it was on sale, and I am so excited to be able to use all of it, especially for mandalas, because I absolutely love mandalas. All right, so we're just coming to the end of round 2 here. This is our last stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to take out my stitch marker and place it back into the very last stitch of this round. Okay, so that's the end of round 2. In round 3, we're going to be doing something similar. So round 1, we had 10 single crochet. Round 2, we had 20 single crochet. And in round 3, we'll be increasing to 30 single crochets. So round 3, we're going to join to the first single crochet, chain 1, and we're going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, followed by 2 single crochets in the second stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So round 3 is 1 single crochet in the first stitch, followed by 2 single crochets in the second stitch. So we'll do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of round 3. Okay, so we're near the end of round 3. I'm just going to finish the last few repeats. So that was 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets in the second stitch. I'll do that for the last time here. 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets in the second stitch. I'm just going to pick up my stitch marker and put that in the last stitch of the round. Now we're moving on to round 4. In round 4, we are going to have 40 single crochets. So in order to start round 4, let's join to the first stitch, chain 1, And round 4 is 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, followed by 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So we're going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, and 2 single crochets in the third stitch. I'll show you that again. We're going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, followed by 2 single crochets in the third stitch. So you're going to do that all the way around. That is round 4, and you should have 40 stitches at the end of round 4, and I'll see you back at the end of round 4. Okay, here we are at the end of round 4, and now we have 40 stitches. I'm going to move my stitch marker up to the very last stitch of the row. And now we're starting round 5. So again, as before, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch and chain 1. Round 5 is also increasing, and we're going from 50 to 60 stitches. So we're going to make 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, followed by the increase. So we're going to make 1 stitch in the first, 1 stitch in the second, 1 single crochet in the third, followed by the increase, which is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. I'll show that to you again. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch, followed by 2 single crochets in the fourth stitch. And we're going to continue that all the way around. That is round 5, and at the end of round 5 you should have 50 single crochets. Now we are at the end of round 5 and we have 50 stitches. I'm going to move my stitch marker to the last stitch of the round. If you do not wish to be doing the joins, you don't have to. You could put a stitch marker and just work in continuous rounds. That is fine as well. As you can see, there is a slight join, which you can see here, but it doesn't bother me too much, so I've just let it be. For round 6, this is the last round of the center of the mandala, and we will be increasing to 60 stitches. So in round 6, we're going to start with, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't joined yet. In round 6, so we're going to join and chain 1. I'm sorry, my yarn is split. Join and chain 1, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, followed by 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 4 single crochets, then the increase, 4 single crochets, then the increase. I'll show that to you one time here. So we're going to make 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, 4 single crochets, and in the 5th stitch we're going to make 2 single crochets, which is our increase. We're going to do that all the way around for round 6, and at the end of round 6 please count and you should have 60 single crochets. Okay, round 6 is complete, and we are going to move on to round 7, which is a round of V stitches. So the V stitch I'm using is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. And I just wanted to mention to you that in case you do want to change colors, this is the end of the center. And now we're moving on to the design element. So if you would like, you could do round 7 in a different color just to make it pop. You don't have to. It's perfectly fine. It will still look amazing without any color changes. But if you wish to, this is the round where you can change color. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so round number 7, let me just remove my stitch marker. Okay, so as before, I'm going to join to the first stitch of the round, and I'm going to chain 1. Now we're going to make a V stitch in the next stitch and skip 2 stitches, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So in order to make a V stitch in the first stitch, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 1 in the same stitch, double crochet. And the first one looks a bit funny because it has that chain 1 attached to it, but you'll see as we go on. So there's no chain spaces in between the V-stitches. There are the V-stitch, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches. So we're going to skip 1, 2, and in the next stitch we're going to make another V-stitch, which is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, all in the same stitch. Sorry, my work is curling a bit. I feel like this does work itself out, but if I wanted to, I could have used a larger hook size. I was just trying to get the same measurements of 13 inches across, so I didn't. Okay, so we're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the next stitch, make a V-stitch. We're going to do this all the way around, and at the end of the round, you should have 20 V-stitches, and I will see you at the end of round 7. Now we have completed round 7, and we should have 20 V-stitches going around our mandala. For round 8, we will be starting our shell stitches, and we are working on this round right here. So if you wish, you could change your color again. If not, that is okay. So I am going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to join to the top of the first double crochet, the top of the beginning of my V-stitch from the last round. And there we go. Round 8, we're going to make a single crochet in the V-stitch. If you'd like, you can put your stitch marker there so you know where your first single crochet was. And in the next V-stitch, we are going to make a 5 double crochet shell. All that is 5 double crochets in the V-stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, as we did before, we're going to make, the repeat is 1 single crochet in the first V-stitch and 5 double crochet shell in the second V-stitch. You're going to repeat that all the way around and then join. So I'll show you once more. This is round number 9. I'm sorry, round number 8. So round number 8 is 1 single crochet in the V-stitch followed by 5 double crochet shell in the next V-stitch. So you can continue that all the way around, and I will see you at the end of round 8. Okay, so we are finished with round 8. We have 10 of the 5 double crochet shells and 10 single crochets. This is what our work looks like now. Now we are moving on to round 9, and round 9 is a foundation round for round 10. So just follow along and you will be fine. Just take it slow, okay? In round 9, so first we have to join to the first single crochet of the last round. And let me remove my stitch marker. In round 9, so we are in the first single crochet, we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This chain 6 counts as the first double crochet and a chain 3 space, okay? Now we're going to skip 2 stitches of the shell, and in the third stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. So you can see that this is acting as a double crochet, and this is our chain 3 space here. Now I've made a single crochet in the center of the 5 double crochet shell of the row below. Now again, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make a double crochet in the single crochet of the last round. Okay, and this is what we're creating. We're creating a double crochet, chain 3, a single crochet in the middle of the shell, another chain 3, and a double crochet in the single. This is what we're going to be creating all the way around. So again, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch, make a single crochet. Again, we're going to chain 3, and now we're at the single crochet. In the single crochet, we're going to make a double crochet. Okay. So hopefully you can see that foundation that we're creating, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. So in the single crochets of the previous round, we're making double crochets, and in between those, where the shell stitches are of the last round, we're creating a single crochet in the third double crochet of the shell stitch right here in the middle. So we're going to do that all the way around for round number 9, and I will join you at the end of the round to show you how to finish round number 9. Okay, so we are finishing round number 9, and this is the last part of it. I'm going to make a single crochet in the top of this shell and chain 3, and at the end of round 9, you're going to join to the third chain of that initial chain 6 that you made. And that will be the end of round 9. And this is what round 9 looks like. We have made a foundation for the next round. So in round number 10, we are going to be making 7 double crochet shells, and I will show you what that looks like. We're almost done. We just have 5 more rounds, but this is the really beautiful part. So in round number 10, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that counts as our first double crochet. In this double crochet of the previous round, we are creating our 7 double crochet shell. So we're going to create 6 more double crochets in this same stitch that we just made the chain 3 into. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 6 that I made, and the 7th is the chain 3 that we made. Okay, now what you're going to do is we're going to secure it to the foundation row. And how we're going to do that is by making 3 single crochets. We're going to make the first single crochet in this chain 3 space, the second single crochet in the single crochet of the round below, and the third single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So here we go. This is the first single crochet. This is the second single crochet. And this is the third single crochet. So now we have secured it to the foundation row below. And what we're going to do now is to make our next 7 double crochet shell in the next stitch. This is the pattern that we'll be repeating all the way around, and I'll just show you again. You're going to make 7 double crochets in the double crochet from the round below. 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we're going to again secure it to the row below, to the foundation row, by making 1 single crochet in the chain 3 space, 1 single crochet in the single crochet of the round below, and another single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So that is what that looks like, and if you would like, you could use a different color for this chain, for the 7 double crochet shell, so that it pops more, but that's totally up to you. So continue that and go all the way around for round number 10. At the end of round number 10, you should have 10 7 double crochet shells. So you're making the double crochet shells into the double crochet of the round below. So in all of these. And so you'll have 10 of those by the time you're done. So you can complete round number 10 and I'll see you back for round number 11. We are now finished round 10 and the next 2 rows, round 11 and 12, serve as a foundation row for the last part of our mandala. So we are done up to here and we are going to create this part of the mandala and then set it up for these last 2 rows. So we're going to do 2 rows right now and set it up for the last 2 rows. I'm going to show you exactly what we'll be doing. So here we go for round number 11. Okay, so I have joined from round 10 to the first chain 3 of the round, which counted as the first double crochet for the 7 double crochet shell. And now in round 11, what you want to do is slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So you're in the first, you want to slip stitch to the second and the third, okay? And then we're going to get to the middle of the 7 double crochet shell. So let's do 2 slip stitches. 1 and 2. And now we have moved over 3 stitches and now we are in the 4th stitch of the 7 double crochet shell. So you're always looking for the 4th stitch in the of the 7 double crochet shell. And in that stitch, you are going to make a single crochet. You can mark that if you'd like, just so you know where you started. And now what you're going to do is chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to chain 10, you're going to skip 9 stitches, and again, you're going to single crochet in the middle stitch of the next 7 double crochet shell. So you can see these are your single crochets. So we're going to go into the double crochet shell, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your 4th double crochet. You're going to create a single crochet, okay? And we're going to do this all the way around. And we're creating a foundation row. So again, I'm going to chain 10. I'm going to skip 9 stitches and I can just eyeball that 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th stitch, and I'm going to make a single crochet. So you're going to do that all the way around. That is round number 11, and I'll see you back for round 12. We are now done round 11 and I have joined to the first single crochet of round I'm sorry, we've done round 11 and I've slip stitched and joined to the first single crochet of the round. Now we're moving into round number 12, and in round number 12 we will be creating single crochets. So round 11 we had 10 single crochets and 10 chain 10 spaces. In round 12 we will be creating 130 single crochets. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've already joined, so let me remove my stitch marker. What we're going to do is chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch where we just joined. If you'd like, you can mark that, single crochet. And now what we're going to do is make 12 single crochets in this chain 10 space, followed by a single crochet in this single crochet, and that is a repeat. So we'll be making 12 single crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we're going to make a single crochet in the single crochet of the round below. And this is our repeat. So we are creating this nice ridge here, and that is the repeat. So you make 1 single crochet followed by 12 single crochets in the chain space, 1 single crochet. Do that all the way around for round 12, and if you'd like, you can count 130 stitches, and I will see you back for round 13. Now we're going to start round 13, and this is round 12, and if you look here, this is round 13. These are double crochets and double crochet 3 together. I'm going to show you how to do that in case you haven't done it before, and I also just want to show you the placement of the stitches. So I pulled out a few more stitch markers, and I'll be using those to show you. So we joined into the first single crochet of the previous round, and now I want you to slip stitch into the next stitch. So I want you to skip that one, slip stitch into the next stitch. So there's 3 stitches here that are going to remain untouched, okay? And I'll show them to you again. I'll just leave this in the middle one so we know where we started. And now we are going to create double crochet in the next 10 stitches. So not the stitch that we're in now, but the next stitch. We're going to create 10 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I just want to highlight these stitches for you. So where we ended on the last row, where we had joined here, and we had made a single crochet in the middle. So I'm going to mark off these stitches for you. There are 3 stitches here, one that goes into the center, excuse me, and the 2 on either side. I'm just going to mark these so you can see what I'm talking about. And once you come around again, you'll be able to see these quite easily because you'll be able to identify them. So basically what we're doing is creating 10 double crochets, and then we're going to double crochet 3 stitches into 1 stitch. And then we're going to double crochet in 10 again. So I've marked off these 3 stitches, and if you count now, there should be 10 more until the next one. So you can see the center here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and there should be 10 double crochets in the middle here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've created 10 double crochets, and now we're going to double crochet 3 together. And the way you do that is by making 3 partial stitches and then taking them off at the same time. So into that first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, leave it there, yarn over again, go into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, and go into the third stitch, yarn over and pull through. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, and you've created a double crochet 3 together. Again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to double crochet into 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now again, as before, you can see the center stitch is right here, and these 2 on either side those 3 will create the double crochet 3 together. So you put it in first, in the second, and in the third you have 4 loops on your hook, and you take it all off, and that's a double crochet 3 together. That is the repeat for this entire round. This is round number 13. Each repeat has 10 double crochets followed by a double crochet 3 together. You'll do this 10 times around, and each repeat will have 11 stitches, and you'll be left with 110 double crochets at the end of round 13. And I will see you back for round 14. Round 13 is now complete, and I have made my last double crochet 3 together. I'm going to mark that stitch. I'm going to mark the stitch beside it, and I'm going to join to the first stitch of the round, and I'm going to mark that as well. Okay. Now the instructions call for a chain 1, and now we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So not the stitch where we just made the chain 1, that's where I've put my marker. We're going to single crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to make 2 trebles in the same stitch. That's the second one. Now we're going to make a picot, so we're going to chain 3, and in the bottom of the first one we're going to make a slip stitch. Okay. And now we're going to make 2 more trebles in the next stitch. And repeat the pattern as so. Again, 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. And this is what we've made. We've made our first point. Hopefully you can see that. Now we're going to slip stitch in 3 stitches, okay? This is the repeat, and the 3 stitches that you're going to slip stitch into are that double crochet 3 together, and the stitch on the left of it, and the stitch on the right of it. And that's going to be the same going all the way around. So just make sure when you finish your single crochet, there is 1 double crochet on the right of the double crochet 3 together, and there's 1 double crochet on the left of the double crochet 3 together. These 3 stitches will be slip stitches. So we're going to make 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitch, 3 slip stitch, and then we're going to continue this pattern. This pattern is 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 trebles in the same stitch, with the picot, which is chain 3, slip stitch in the bottom of the chain 3, 2 trebles in the next stitch, one double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet. And now again, as before, you can see your work. You can see the double crochet 3 together from the previous round, and there's 1 stitch on either side. Those are the ones that will be slip stitches. And you're going to continue like that all the way around, and I will see you at the end of round 14. This is the last round. Just to make sure that you're doing okay, just make sure that it is the picot stitch is aligned with that right there. You can see that it's aligned, so you'll know that you're good. And there'll be 3 slip stitches in each round, so in each repeat going around. You're going to repeat that going around for a total of 10 times, and then I will see you back at the end of round 14. Here we are near the end of round 14, and I just wanted to show you that I had marked off my 3 stitches from the beginning, and those would be my last 3 slip stitches. So that's 1, This is the center double crochet 3 together from the last round. And this is the last one. And our mandala is done. So now all you can do is, depends on how you want to join it, and that is that. Your mandala is complete. Wow, look at that. Look at what you just made. Isn't that beautiful? This is what we just made. We made this beautiful mandala. I think it could be made in about, it'll take you a little bit of time, about, I want to say less than 2 hours for an adventurous beginner. Of course, you don't need to go as slowly as I have gone. If you'd like, again, you can change colors like I mentioned before in this one. So you can see they're exactly the same size. So this was measuring, I think I said 13 inches going across. Yeah, 13 inches or 33 centimeters. So these are measuring the same. In this one, I decided to change up the colors and make it more interesting. And for the tutorial, I decided to do it in one solid color. This is Watermelon of Karen Simply Soft in Watermelon. And the other color that I had tested it out with myself was Blackberry. So they're almost exactly the same size. And of course, I just want to mention that you can always block your work. So with something like a mandala, if you block your work, which means you can pin it down and spray it, then these edges, the spokes will sit nicely. So if you've gotten this far in the tutorial, I just wanted to thank you so much, and I wanted to congratulate you on making this beautiful mandala for yourself. Definitely check out the written pattern. It is available on Ravelry, and there is a $1 discount until the end of February if you use the coupon code Mandala, M-A-N-D-A-L-A. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and definitely add this to your Ravelry projects page and send me an email, rikalife11@gmail.com. I'd love to see what you've made. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful crochet full day, and I'll see you again soon.